Hello, you guys. Welcome back to another story time on this channel. I just realized, y'all, I have some ash because I was just put out. I was messing with the candle before that, if you see my hands. Anyways, today I have a story that I feel like almost everyone unfortunately has, but I'm gonna tell y'all this story is plot twist AF, okay? When I looked through that phone, as it says in the title, I did look through that phone, I did find something, but it's not going to be what you guys expect at all. I promise you. You can comment right now what you think it's going to be. It's not going to be that. Yeah. Honestly, you guys, if my future husband is watching, like, I really am not that crazy. I'm not that much of a crash out. I don't honestly, when I've been with partners, I've almost always been with partners I really trust. So I've never really like gone through a phone. And this time I didn't really go through it because I didn't have to look far to see this. But enough with the rambling. Let's get on into this story time. Once upon a time, I was in my last relationship. I think when this happened, I think it was summertime. So I was like 19. This was like, yeah, this was when I was 19. Y'all know when you finally have a boyfriend and you're old enough to have sleepovers or their parents mess with that. I never had a boy sleep over my house. Like what? No. But anyways, yeah, that boyfriend that I had at 19, he lived with his grandparents. His grandparents were super cool, sweet people. I used to sleep over at his house like 3 days a week. Literally, I remember I was working part time at a restaurant. I would literally just work and then I would be at his house and I would just sleep over. And he was a bum and he didn't have a job or a license yet. And as if you watch my videos, you already know about that. He didn't have any schedule, so it worked on my schedule. Whenever I was off, I was over there. Now, honestly, when this happened, the relationship was pretty new. I'd say it happened like maybe in like July-ish, and we started dating. We started talking around like April, May. So we were like a couple months in. We were a couple months in, but we were super comfortable. Like I said, we always had sleepovers. We were already in love by then. And I just remember it was a typical night, right? You're having a sleepover at Bay's house. You guys are like chilling in the bed. And I honestly, like I said, one, it was a couple months in. And then two, I honestly really, really like trusted this guy. This was someone that like if I said she had to go, she had to go. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But sometimes we would just be nosy. He was quite the opposite. Bro was actually quite the opposite of me. He was like always looking for something. He was that one boy, oh, I got my heart broken, I got cheated on once, so I can't ever trust these again. That was like how my ex used to act. So I'm sure he had my password. Oh no, I literally have a story. I literally have a story time, y'all, called Why I've Never Had a Good Valentine's Day, where he had my password. Like we had each other's passwords, but even me having his password, I never really like looked at his phone when he wasn't around because I didn't feel like I had to. But I literally remember in that story time, I was gonna say he did look at my phone while I was asleep, like while I wasn't aware. So go check out that one after if you want to. But anyway, I'm telling y'all, this story was like over 2 years ago. I can't remember everything. It was a typical night. It was a sleepover. We were chilling in his room, lights on. I remember we had like just ate and then we came upstairs and we were just chilling in bed. And I'm the type of like, I think anytime I've gone through my partner's phone, like I've always gone through it like with them. I've never been like a crazy like, oh, he's asleep or he's not. Like I don't know. I've never had one of those moments. Fortunately, fortunately. So see, maybe Scorpios aren't as crazy as y'all say. Anyway, I cannot tell you to save my life what warranted me to want to look. I remember I was just being silly. Like he had looked through my DMs and messages before, like just in bed together type stuff, right? Because I have nothing to hide. And I think one day I was just like, oh, you be doing that. Like I want to look, right? I want to look. Um, so he gives me his phone. He's like the same way, like, okay, I don't have anything to hide, right? So he hands me his phone. I'm in bed. I'm like, I think he's on Instagram. I'm like, I want to see what your feed looks like. I'm like, okay, looking through his feed. And then I'm just like, ooh, let me look at your messages. Like, who you be DMing? Like, I literally think the way I went through it was just like on some funny stuff. It wasn't funny like 2 minutes later, but I think I was like being funny. So I swipe in the messages, right? And typically, I don't really see anything bad. I don't really see any girls, or if I did see girls, it was like something like not, it was like something appropriate or someone I knew, but I really don't think I saw much like at the top. It was just like he really only sent memes to like me, talk to like the certain like two close friends, and then like when people would just like slide up on his stuff, right? So I'm just looking, I'm like, oh, okay, like whatever. I'm scrolling. And then I come to I come to this one message, right? And it's a message with a man, with a man, right? So I'm not worried. I'm not worried. I'm just like, oh, who's this? Never heard him talk about this before. Mind you, he's still right by my side, like just like, it's like a silly little moment. But it wasn't silly once I clicked on that message. So I click on the message, y'all, with this guy, never heard of, not a friend he's ever mentioned. And I see the guy sent a singular message that he didn't reply to, right? And when I read the message, my smile, my laugh, oh, who he be talking to? Okay, your check, faded so quick. Yo, this is not even funny because it was so not funny in the moment. But I'm about to tell y'all what I saw in that man's message with another man. So this guy, he slid up on a picture of me and my ex, right? Like I said, typically at that point in the relationship, that was like my abusive ex, but at that point in the relationship, it was really new. It was really good vibes, very, everything was cool. We used to post each other, just have sleepovers. It was chill at that time, they always act normal before they show you they're crazy. And it was a picture of us like that he posted, right? So I see the picture, and then he has a message like he slid up from the story. I read as the message says. It was something along the lines of, um, yo, bro, why does your have that much pimples on her face? You need to buy her some wash or something. I'm not kidding. Y'all, yes. Yes. This man, unprovoked. I never heard of this man. Uh insulted my acne, called me B. Yes, the B word. And like just unprovoked. Like I seen they didn't even really have messages before that. So I'm looking, my smile fades when I see that. I just turn to him. I'm like, who is this? He's like, he looks, he takes the phone. He's like, oh yeah, that's like someone I went to high school with. I'm looking at him like that's all you have to say? Mind you, y'all, the message had me messed up, right? Obviously from the person, because boy, first of all, who are you calling? Who are you? Why are you saying, like, why do you have the comfortability to say that to him? I'm like, what? But what had me messed up is my man said nothing. My man, my, oh, I don't play about you. The man who didn't play about me used to make me unfollow guys, used to um be my moderator in my lives, and did all that. I'm like, someone insulted me and called me out of my name to your face, and you read that and said nothing? So I'm just looking at him like someone from high school. Okay. And I click on the profile. Even worse, I'm like, he's still following this man. I'm in disbelief. I'm just like, and like my boyfriend at the time is just like blank staring at me, just like not understanding. Like, I didn't do anything wrong. What's the And when the one that back calling me splurge, drop me jump right off the curb. Bet this one feel like a bird. So a man who said he didn't play about me so much that he used to abuse me later on. But watch my other videos for that. A guy called me out of my name, called your girlfriend out of her name, insulted your girlfriend about like her acting, her appearance, and confidently sent you that message, and you did nothing. Not even unfollow him. Like I literally like I'm mad, but it's like a frustration cry and just a disappointment because it's like your boyfriend is literally supposed to be your number one. I'm like, this is my partner who doesn't play about me. This is not. I got your back. I'm like, someone you know is insulting me and called me. Like I remember the message wasn't even new. The message was probably like from a couple weeks ago or like a month ago, and I'm like, how do you not see what's wrong with that? I was like, you didn't even stick up for me. Like you didn't say anything, and he's just like, I just left him on red because like it was dumb and it's not true. I bet y'all wasn't expecting that's what I'd find in the phone, right? So I'm just like, I literally just get quiet because, like, even though how I'm talking about it, how it's so ridiculous and like it really has me messed up in that moment, like when he was my partner and when I read that, and also like acne was literally one of my insecurities back then. Um, I was just like, this is crazy. Like, I literally just like got quiet. Like, I just like handed the phone back to him, and like I was literally just like staring straight. Like, I felt so sad. I was like, someone literally insulted me to my own boyfriend, and my boyfriend did nothing. Like, nothing. And he was just like, I, well, I don't know. Like, he just keeps reiterating, like, what's wrong, babe? Like, don't be sad. Like, I just left him on red because, like, it's just dumb and it's not true and that doesn't matter to me. And I'm just like, you're not getting the principle. Literally, that response is giving, like, it's giving what any man who's watching this right now, I feel like majority of men, if you're a real man, you would not just say nothing to that person. Someone disrespected your girl to your face. Like he would literally people like if you guys know if you follow me on TikTok, I have a little bit of a following on TikTok. When guys like disrespected me or like sexualized me on like my videos or on my lives, he would always like defend me or block them and stuff like that. So I'm like, you want to act like that and say you don't play about me, but someone you know disrespected me to your face and you didn't say anything. I was like, you still follow him. I'm like, for maybe some people are less confrontational, right? Like my ex was someone who was like super quiet, super like quiet guy, silent psycho. And I just remember like okay, some people are less confrontational than me, even though I feel like when it comes to your partner, you better buck up. Like what? And like at least unfollow that person. Like he said, like, no, he was never my friend. He's just someone I knew from high school. I'm just in disbelief at him not understanding the principle. So I'm literally just like listening to this, just like about to cry. Cause like I said, again, as a woman, it is a super sensitive topic. Like when you're actively dealing with an insecurity, which I was dealing with an insecurity, dealing with my acne. So I'm like, someone saying that regardless is like hurtful. But then I'm just like, just the reaction, just like my partner not having my back. I'm like, this is crazy. And so I remember like still he just like starts being like apologetic and was like eventually starts to get the point. They never just understand the principle at first. Like when he saw my mood was killed and I was like really about to cry, he was just like, I'm sorry, like I'm sorry, babe, like you're right. Like I should have said something. I'm like, well, what are you gonna do now? Or like I was like, how can I even trust you to like have my back when I just like saw that? Like it just doesn't make sense. And he's like, okay, you're right. Like I shouldn't even be following someone who disrespected you and this and that. Like obviously it's kind of random like a month later to be like, hey bro, don't talk about my girl like that. But y'all, so he unfollowed him. But y'all know, just as a woman, like I understand like men and your partners, no matter who you are, they can't read your minds, right? um so like of course there's like you need to communicate how you like things dealt with, but to me it's just like that situation was so principled. So it's like even though he like unfollowed him and was like, oh, I'll do better next time, I wouldn't let that slide next time, or whatever, like, or I think he was even asking me too, like, oh, do you want me to say something now? You want to say something? Like it's like regardless of if you said something now, you unfollowed him, or you handle it in the future. I was like, that it just made me super sad because I'm like, it's just not in you, Because I'm like, if someone insulted my partner, like what? Obviously, I'm going to defend them or not associate with them, like something. And I'm just like, that makes me so sad. That I'm like, another man. You let another man disrespect me and you didn't see what the problem with that was until I said it. Like I remember just feeling super sad because I'm like, wow, that's so sad. Like I'm a Scorpio, y'all. I'm confrontational as like what's good, like especially about the people I care about. So it just made me so sad because I was just like, yeah, you'll change it or you won't let it happen again. But I'm like, you're just saying that because you saw I was about to cry. I was like, you didn't see the problem with someone disrespecting me before that? Question mark. Like, okay, okay, nigga, okay. Yeah, y'all, that was the story time of when I went through a man's phone and what I found. It wouldn't you wouldn't expect that now, did you? See, if you're a man, woman, non-binary person, whatever, tell me what you would have done. Tell me what you would have done, cause like literally, I felt like that man was so stupid when I was going through this, cause I was like, how can he not see why I'm about to cry? Like, how do you not understand how hurtful that is? Like, what? This is literally your partner. And like I said too, you know how sometimes there's like boundaries and stuff, but I'm like, it was another man that you knew disrespecting me and you pipe down? Like, it's not giving big dog, it's giving puppy.
You bitch.
Yeah, that was crazy, y'all. But that was over 2 years ago. That was when I was 19. I'm about to be 22 next month. It's not giving it's not giving puppies anymore. It's giving big dogs only. It's giving men with cars, men with jobs, men who respect me. It's not funny. If you have ever went through that phone, comment what you found. I want to hear you guys' stories. Y'all, I feel like when I have a bigger following, or maybe I should just like start asking now, because some of you guys do follow me on Instagram. Like I've seen segments on like podcasts or other people's YouTube channels where sometimes they have people who watch them like write in like for advice or like they talk about that stories. Like I love hearing the tea and just like bonding with people. So I'm like, I'd love to do that someday. Like I like sometimes when I talk about my own experiences, like hopefully you guys will comment today and you guys like tell me your stories because I really be reading them. I really be reading them and be like, that's crazy. Like that's crazy. We feeling like we homegirls. Okay. Anyways, you guys, thank you guys for listening to me yap this whole story time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. If you like this story time, I have plenty more in my story times playlist. Yeah, so more story times will be coming, more healing content will be coming. I haven't done an unpopular opinions video in like a couple months. I kind of want to make another one of those. Y'all, I don't know if you peep the little what's it called, Easter egg behind me, but like part of my costume came in for Halloween and I can't wait to make a video in my Halloween costume too. I love just being a festive ass bitch. Like what can I say? So yeah, get ready for more content this October. Okay, guys, thank you for listening to me yap this whole time, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.